Hi guys, today we are going to work on adding an external style sheet. So an external style sheet is what allows us to make a single change and it unpacks like all of our pages, our entire website. The style CSS sheet is what really allows for websites to be consistent on every single page because it sets the styling choices on something separate and then everyone goes back and uses those, or all pages go back and use that. In order for that to work, you're going to need the link that I just highlighted or the line that I just highlighted. So link space rel equals, remember that anytime we have an equal sign, we have quotation marks, and then href, and then the style CSS. And what that does is it simply creates like a bridge or a link between our HTML and our CSS, which allows them to kind of work together. So let's look at the page I currently have. So I have my present life, I have my past life, and I have my future. Notice that I'm checking right now that my navigation bar works on all of them. So if you're having issues with nav bar, make sure you go back and look at that previous video. So now I'm ready to do my styles. I have my structure, I have my content in there. So let's look at my storyboard. If you don't have your storyboard, it's okay. Figure out what you want it to look like style-wise. Remember that you want to be consistent. Professional pages don't have like 6 different backgrounds on different websites with like bright green fonts. Pick like 3 to 5 colors that you can consistently use. So if you look at mine, I have black, my background's going to be gray, I'll have a little bit of white, and then purple. Remember that if you don't like the standard color that comes up when, say, I type gray, which I won't, you can go to W3 Schools and click on like the color picker or the color editor and you can shift it a little bit. You want to try to make sure that you have colors that don't contrast drastically. So you want to make sure that they're a little bit more subtle. All right, I'm going to go back over to my website. And the first thing I'm going to fix is this navigation bar because in my style CSS, that's really the only thing I have. What's nice is W3 Schools gave us these comments on what each one does. So add a black background to the color in the navigation bar. On my storyboard, I wanted this to be purple. So I'm going to change it to purple. Style the links inside. I'm going to leave that alone. Hover. I like that it's this light gray. And then, so this active is what makes it green, and I really don't like the green. I want it to be black. And then I want the color to be purple because I want it to kind of all match. This shouldn't be here yet. I'm going to add that in here in a minute. So this now, again, it doesn't change if it works or not. It just simply changes the colors. So the next thing on my storyboard was that I want my entire background to be gray. In order for that to happen, I'm going to apply a background color to my body. So I can either type in background dash color or just background. And then I can do, oh, I don't want black, I want gray. And then that's semicolon. So again, here we have it. So the next thing I want to do is I want to make sure that all of my font is black. So I'm going to do color, black, and again, that's semicolon. So what I want us to notice is that not everything is changing black. This didn't, and my H1 heading up here didn't as well. So if I go back and look at my index, I see that I've set the color for all paragraphs on the specific page to be that light kind of lavenderish purple color. That's called internal. Remember that the browser will always listen to your internal choices over your external. And it's always going to listen to inline over internal. So I'm going to get rid of this because I want it to be consistent. I'm going to get rid of this too because I'm going to do that in my other page so that I can actually get rid of these style tags as there's not currently anything between them. Notice down here that this is still purple. And that's because of this section right here. I'm actually going to leave that for now and I'm going to erase it in a few minutes because I'm going to copy the code I have in it. So I'm going to come back over here. I want all of my headings according to my storyboard to be purple. So I can do sorry. So H1, comma, H2, comma, H3. What that does is that whatever style choices I'm about to make between those curly braces will apply to all of my heading 1s, all of my headings 2, and all of my heading 3s. I want their color to be purple. I also want the text align to be centered. Now we're going to come back over and look. Purple, purple, purple. Oh, that was funny. And then you see here that the pictures kind of mess it up because it's pushing it over and it's only being centered in like that section of the page. So that might be something that later I will go back and fix. For the purpose of this video, I'm not. Okay. So the next thing I want to do, and this is something we haven't really discussed before, is I'm actually going to make a class for this header. And then that way I can make this, really like stand out and be consistent on each page. Because I mean, this looks good, but I feel like it can look better. So what I'm going to do is create a class. Remember that a class is always created with a period, and I'm going to call it header, and then do my curly braces. I want the background color to be black. I want the actual color of the text to be purple. Oh, you won't see anything yet because I haven't added that div class into the actual CSS yet. I want the font size to be, let's try 30 pixels. I'm not for sure. I'll mess with that. Gonna come back over to my index. Oh, I wanted to add this border style ridge as well because I kind of like that. So I'm going to copy this and then I'm going to get rid of that style choices and you'll see this H1 change just a little bit. Come back over here, add that border style ridge. All right, now I'm going to add this section. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a div class equals header and then close it. Oh, close it outside. I'm then going to copy what I want to have in that section. So a tailored life and my home page. I'm going to copy that, erase it, and then paste it in. So now, scroll up. I have this nice heading right here. I can change it a little bit if I wanted to. I could add like an image over here to the left or an image over here to the right. But I do kind of really like that, so I'm going to leave it. And what I can do now is I'm going to hopefully click on the right page, go back and add that to all of my other ones. So div class equals header and then close it. I got rid of where it said a tailored life, so I'm going to add that in real quick. And then close my header afterwards. I'm going to do the same thing for my future. Why do I have this here? Oh, I need to close that. So coming back over and look, I have this really fun like header and my website's kind of coming together and looking a little bit more professional. Again, I would want to fix this right here. For the purpose of today, I'm not going to. But so that is how you can add styling choices. If you want to change certain things, so maybe you want a different border or you want a different font style, I would suggest making sure that you change everything here. Again, that cheat sheet I gave you and W3 Schools will help you so much in adding that style CSS. It's really kind of unlimited what you can do. The two main things that I want you to always like focus on is that you have the semicolon after every like attribute or after every style choice, and that you are always opening and closing those curly braces. It should work. If it doesn't, send me an email and I can go and look at your code after you've submitted your website, which I will show you how to do in the next video. I hope this helps. Bye guys.